Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blueprints. Our 18th day here at the manor. Ooh, I have a slightly larger allowance. Hell yeah. We're still missing one permanent edition. I don't really know what to make of that. Okay. So yesterday we finally got back down into the catacombs, etc. Only to discover, much to my dismay, that I couldn't actually get across the reservoir. Or specifically down into the reservoir, where there was just infinite treasure. That's interesting. I guess I'm doing the root cellar. Trading post is not bad. Well, okay. I'm curious about the trading post. Is there still a hole in the wall? Yes. Is all the money gone? Yes. That was one-time money. Okay. I figured as much, but... Interesting. Kristoff and Denny were getting up to some stuff. Okay. This could be good because trading items seems useful and important if we end up in a situation where, like, I don't know, I have a couple things to combine and nothing to combine them with, or, you know, after I use the coupon book in the purse and there's no more money to be gained or saved. You know, that sort of thing. Okay. So I don't have any, like, specific goals. We can just kind of do whatever. I have so many things on my to-do list that, like, just making any progress towards any of those would be fantastic. One thing that I do want to, like, keep in the back of my mind. It's actually a couple things. One is, like, I don't think I've actually just been in the antechamber. So hitting any of the levers and just getting in there, I don't know. We have, like, there might be a clue written on one of the other doors or something. I just haven't even been in there. We've only just seen the cutscene from when I hit the lever. It would also be funny if there's, like, a digging spot or something in there. So there's that. I kind of want to solve the chess puzzle that is down, down below us, down like in the precipice. And so to solve that, we would need to draft Her Ladyship's chambers and the office, but, like, maybe there's other rooms that would qualify. So, like, maybe if we got the master bedroom, there's, like, a king or a queen or something in there. Probably a king. I don't know. So, like, getting into the antechamber would be great. Getting both the office and Her Ladyship's chambers would be great. The bookstore would be fine if I had money. If we get vault keys in the vault, that would be nice. Like a lot of these things are sort of conditional. So if we get some of the criteria on one side, then maybe I'll pursue that a little more aggressively. But so much of our stuff now is contingent on, like, multiple things going right. What else? Bookstore, but we'd probably need, like, money for that. The boiler room, connecting that to more of the boiler room rooms. Just trying to find a way down. I mean, just getting more rooms would be great. The rumpus room is always a good time. Getting more... excuse me. I don't think the hallway's great here. Hallway's fine here. I'd rather have it later. We'll do the pantry. Getting the rumpus room would be great. Just filling out more of our room directory would be awesome. We're missing 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 primary rooms. 2 bedrooms. One of them's going to be the master bedroom. We know that that exists. The Hall of Mirrors. Whatever the hell that was called. Mirror room. The mirror chamber. There's still like a puzzle to solve with the freezer, for sure. The Chamber of Mirrors. There it is. That's an interesting one for us to work towards. That'd be a pain in the ass, but I'd like to solve that. I don't know what the other bed... Oh, the servants' quarters! We haven't been in there yet either. I don't know if we've even seen what this other orange one is. We have. It was the foyer. I didn't take it. I don't know how to get to the cloister still. I know we're... I mean, like, money... Anything we can do to raise our allowance. I say that like that's just a casual thing. Boy, I sound like a child. What could I do to just have a bigger allowance? I'll take the early workshop. Getting some sort of starting item can be good. That looks like a sledgehammer, question mark? I think that's a sledgehammer. I like that. Let's see where you go. Drawing room is a little unnecessary. The nook could be okay. And the guest bedroom could be okay also. I think I'll do this. Hey, you have a gem. You're worth stepping into. Yeah, so I'm for excuse me. Try to like actually get a thought out. How about that? For sort of the near future, unless we get something amazing on this run or one of the next couple of upcoming runs, and that like recontextualizes something or shifts me to a new puzzle or something like that. For now, we have so many things I want to pursue. I think it's just like fill out the house until we hit something that starts checking a couple of those boxes, and then see if we can check off the rest for whatever that specific task or puzzle is. Kitchen's okay. I think I'd rather have the nook here. We have the sledgehammer, huh? That's probably okay. Pantry will give us a couple of extra steps. A little bit of cash. Yeah, let's change tactics here and go on the other side. The den is great. The den will lead to some very good things. Let's see where this goes. That's a little bit awkward. The answer is you just go to a dead end. That's okay. This is a fine enough place for this. Okay. Got some keys. We got some gems. We got a little bit of cash. Are you still Swimbird? You are. Why? Like, I am tempted to go back and look at some of my, like, previous video footage of this and see if that was there all along. And I just didn't notice it. Otherwise, I don't know why it suddenly showed up. Yeah, I don't know. Meow. I have very screamy kitty cats in the background. Let's see where this goes first. Oh, these are all terrible. They all go nowhere. Okay, I mean, I'll throw it down the commissary. We have 10 bucks. I can pop in and see if there's anything worth buying here. A shovel would be nice. I actually don't know that we need the magnifying glass unless I need to make another heat laser thing. Did I store that? I know I had intended to. Would that be in our rooms here? I think it would tell us. Where's the code check? I might have forgotten to store our fire starter laser. That would be pretty unfortunate if that was the case. Oh well. Let's do the billiard room for key-related things. I do also feel like I should be looking around for, like, lost coins. Haha. That sort of thing. Okay. You were getting a little bit trickier. So that's 1. That's 3 squared. That is 4 squared, which is 16, minus 10. That is 5 squared. Oh my gosh, my throat is so scratchy. 5 squared, which is 25. Times 2, which is 50. Divided by 10, which is 5. Easy enough. I do like getting bonus keys. What? These rooms all just have, like, garbage alignment. Like, they're all just pointed the wrong way. I'm gonna do the courtyard. Okay. An old tin can. Bummer. We'll smack you open. Yo, some rerolls. That is extremely, extremely good. Meow wow. He's just meowing out there. I think he just wants to play. And sadly, he's not interested in blueprints. Okay, hallway's good, and it's pointed the correct direction, so that is very, very nice for us. Still maybe like a little early to be using it, but what can you do? The chapel's also like maybe a little awkward, but it gets us potential access to where her ladyship's chambers could be. I guess we just do the spare bedroom. I don't see any loot in there. We can go back and buy the magnifying glass. I don't know that that does much for us. I guess the kitchen's fine. The drawing room is actually not bad. I'm just going to do the West Wing Hall. And then we'll see what our down options are. I would love to get her ladyship's chamber. That's a rare. That is not just something that I'm casually expecting to see, but you know what? Okay. We can maybe still try to fish for the office, and then I would need what? No, knight. We would need a knight. Okay. Does she just always have the telescope here? That's super cool. And it's unlocked. It is just unlocked. Okay, 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 okay. That's good to know. Yeah, like the politics and the regions and stuff, that is definitely a thing that the game is pointing me towards. Something that is important in some capacity. Okay. Okay, so the office is the big thing that we're still after. Oh. The parlor would be gems. The garage would give us a bunch of keys. The walk-in closet gives us a bunch of stuff too. That's not bad. I don't like that we're just suddenly out of progress here. It all hinges on what's in that spare room. We do have a couple of rerolls though. If we could get like a 3 or a 4-way coming off that spare room, that would be phenomenal. What just happened to my money? My gems. We get 3 gems next time we enter the walk-in closet because of her ladyship's chamber. Oh, a cupcake. 10? That's cool. I didn't realize that was an option. I'm a big fan. I feel like there's got to be more going on here, but I don't know. Okay. Okay, well, as it turns out, that was actually very worthwhile, so I'm fine with that. We could buy food. It's probably worth doing this. Bacon and eggs. Add morning room to today's draft pool. What the hell is that? Yeah, first time we've seen that. I'll take that. Boiler room. Yeah, don't taunt me with the boiler room, you stupid game. Feels a little awkward having spent all of our money, but that's... We got a new room in the drafting pool. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Hopefully, it's a good room. Alright, fingers crossed for... Okay, I did check the burning glass. What do you know? Man, the gymnasium is like just a little awkward. Because we haven't turned off the lights in there with the utility closet. So I really don't want to go in there if we could help it. Do we burn one of our 2 precious rerolls? I think we do. Okay. It is maybe a little early to use the passageway. But it does just guarantee us a bunch of options. So I'm going to accept. I guess I shouldn't say guarantees because they could be locked or security keycard doors or, you know, there's all manner of bad things that could be happening here. But the boudoir, the rerolls would be phenomenal. Kind of don't like that it's closing off a bunch of the house, but this would be great. And I'm gonna pop in and take the rerolls. And we got a bunch of extra steps, right? Yeah, 10 extra steps. So that is very, very, very good. That doesn't look like a keycard door. That also does not look like a keycard door, so that's good. Let's keep going on the passageway here. So let's see where you go first. We are chewing through our keys pretty quickly. Security that's pointed down is really awkward, but it would be nice to get security up and running. I'll take that. What are our security has a knight in it, apparently. Have I, like, found that knight? It was qualified as a knight. So we just, like, we really just need the office. That is the thing that I want, is the office. The ballroom is a bit spooky. You know what? The observatory is actually okay here. I want the dining room. I want to keep our options open. The observatory is okay because we have the... Oh, yeah, it's right there. The knight. Observatory would be nice because we have the telescope that we got from her ladyship's room. There's a gem somewhere. Keycard settings. Set them to be unlocked. I would rather not be shut down by these doors. It's going to happen anyway. It doesn't matter how I feel. There we go. Do you have a spare gem in here anywhere? I do really like the old rotary phones. Okay. So getting into the antechamber, we only know of 2 of the 3 lever rooms. One of them, the lever's broken. One of them is just kind of a crapshoot in the Great Hall, unless I get, like, the lockpick or something, which would be nice. The lockpick kit, and, like, the super version of the lockpick kit. That was a lot of fun. The morning room! Plus 2 gems. Tomorrow you start with 2 gems. Yes, please. Hell yeah, that's super cool. Okay, and we have a path coming off the dining room and a path coming off the foundation. So let's go do this. This is very cool. Added via a meal from the kitchen. That didn't even occur to me that was like a possibility. Greater chance of finding items for the genuine lucky rabbit's foot. And an upgrade disc. Hell yeah. The Reddington Herald, November 5th. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning. Is that a thing? Are the blue hours a thing? That doesn't seem right. The venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column, Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation for his niece and presumptive heir, the much beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Mrs. Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name Marion Marigold, enchanted the hearts and minds of children across the realm with her literary creations, such as The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries. With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers. I calculated that. I did the math to figure out when I was born. Who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of mettle and wit, it's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right as last year's County Science Fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. More to follow. ... Okay. This is neat. This is a neat little room. Is it in a... It's just one of our missing green rooms. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. We have an upgrade disc. I need to not forget that. We'll plop it in on our way back, because that's presumably going to happen after I see what is on the other side of this door. I don't like going through all my keys. This is a little awkward. And then we immediately have a solution to that problem with the garage. Do we dead end here with the garage and get a big old fistful of keys? That's not bad. The library's also not bad here. It's... A dead end is... Something that goes straight would be nice. Something that dead ends is also okay, because we can still continue off the dining room. Something that goes into that same room is less valuable, because it's likely that either one of these doors is going to, like, block off the other one and kind of negate it. So I'd rather save the drawing room for something a little bit further up. Yeah, let's do the garage. I do like keys. None additional treasure. Do we have a letter here? One, two, three, four, five, six. We do not. This is the last one that we're missing. G. It's rain and go rain with a G. Is G. Fitting that the garage is here. Okay. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So this is referencing the small gate for the apple orchard. So is this... Do we have 7 dates that will crack 7 safes, and then the 8th is technically not a safe, but we're cracking it with a date anyway? Is that what's going on here? Or are we saying, hey, reuse that date somewhere, because it'll open a safe? I'm not sure. I feel like it's the first one, but I'm not positive. Okay. Okay, so in theory, if we got boiler room power here, it would just be an alternative way to open up the door, it looks like. Because this looks like the vent. Right. So it's probably like we could do boiler room stuff here, or I could just find the utility room and do that instead. Okay. But like, also, who knows? Maybe that does something else if we open it via the boiler room. I'm not sure. I feel like the sunflower is something too, but I guess it's just color. Okay. That's cool. That was a neat little room. I like that room. Let's do an upgrade for some other room. Okay. The guess bedroom. Hidden effect of a random bedroom in your draft pool. So I think that means it'll randomly pick another bedroom that we have not drafted yet and give me that effect. That's wild. The quest bedroom. If you enter the antechamber today, add 2 to your allowance. That's really cute. I like that a lot. And the Geist bedroom. 2 rerolls, and if you have the tomb on your estate today, get an additional 4 rerolls. Oh, this is spicy. I genuinely think the rerolls are more useful than the steps. And here's the thing, I know I say this a lot, but like to reiterate, steps are pointless until they're gone, right? It's It is a resource I don't have to think about until suddenly I do. So I know that I've been getting the guest bedroom quite a bit, and between like the nursery and the sleeping mask and having the guest bedroom and like that adds up. That helps. That matters. Do I feel comfortable removing 10 steps? Or do we just YOLO it and make it a random one? Because this could be cool, or the effect could be it's bunk room, and now you step in there and it counts as two bedrooms. Want. That didn't do anything on its own. Or it could be like her ladyship's chambers again, and now we get a bonus if we get the boudoir or the walk-in closet. I really want to go with the random one, but also like rerolls are very precious. Let's see if that was a good decision or not here. So whenever you enter the room, you don't. It's a net neutral. Stepping in and leaving doesn't cost you any steps. That's kind of a bummer. The boudoir gives us what I just chose, so that's fine. Um, the nursery would be pretty good. We could have a second nursery, get 16 steps whenever you draft a bedroom. That'd be great. Bunk room is kind of a bummer. The servants' chambers is a key related thing, right? Get a key for each other bedroom in the house or something like that. Next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps. Next time you enter the walk-in closet, gain 3 gems. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it gives you an effect. So the bunk room would be the bad one. The bedroom would be kind of bad because this is a dead end, so I could go in and then leave and nothing. It's just neutral to do that. At least the bedroom you could like move through it for free, you know. And then I forget what the master bedroom is. We saw it in her ladyship's diary. So I probably should have just followed my instinct and gone with the random one, but like the rerolls are also very very good, so I'm okay with this. I had to like defy my nature to take this, but otherwise it was okay. So so we have the dining room and we have the foundation. And there's a gem somewhere in the house, and there it is. So something that curves to the north would be great. I guess we'll take the parlor. That's fine. More gems is fine. Um, yeah, I'll even pop in here and do this. So we got our ladyship's chamber. So I really, 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 really would love to get the office. That would be phenomenal. So the words another box are on another box. Okay, that's easy enough to verify. The truth is on another box. So this is true. Which means that this is true because the truth is on another box. It's on that one right there. So this has to be false. The gems are in another box. You have to be false. The gems are here. Hooray. Easy peasy. The parlor. Okay, well, that solves that. The vault would also be kind of fun. I want to just like drop everything and go solve that chess puzzle. Let's at least run the moneymaker code. The west and east levers. So why is west written in a different font? Spread gold now from the staff incentives program. Sure. I'm not expecting there to be anything different on the network. I'm not expecting new emails or anything, but I feel obligated to check every now and then. Oh yeah, the special order. Oh yeah. What would I like to order specifically for the commissary? It would be cool if they had the metal detector. One to 2 days. I like that. I forgot that that's even an option here. Yeah, everything's suspended. I guess we can also connect to security. See if there's any... Oh, well, there's going to be gold. Ah, we can see how much gold is lying around. 20 bucks. That's not bad. Okay. Whoops. It's a little janky getting around here, but that's alright. So the question is, do I keep pressing forward, or do I burn like half my steps and go back to do the chess puzzle thing? I kind of want to do that, but maybe we push a tiny bit further forward. Addition, adjoining, allowance, archive, floor plan, bedroom. So don't know what that question mark thing is. Luck? We all need a bit of it. Luck determines the likelihood that you'll find additional items in rooms in your estate. Luck can be raised by certain items in rooms marked on their floor plan by a clover. Okay. Okay, our architectural history. Power source, permanent outer room, network, mechanical, reset, security locks, shop, sigil. Sigils are ancient runes imbued with meaning that use symbology to represent different aspects of the old realms. The book Realm and Rune serves as a helpful guide for looking to decipher these Ayeran symbols. Or Ajeran symbols. I don't know how to pronounce it. Special floor plan. Special item. The underground tomorrow trunk. Okay. I don't think there's anything like meaningfully new in here. Email. Just all the same stuff. Just all the same stuff. And we still can't do a data transfer. Okay. Let's at least see where you lead. The library is very good. Okay. So if I'm going to leave from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to go down, 14 maybe, something like that. So let's say roughly like 28 to get back to here. I mean, that's less than half our steps. It's mildly annoying, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. And we have the running shoes, which might ease that a little bit. Just trying to decide whether I want to continue pushing forward or if I want to leave. For all I know, we're going to solve the chest thing, and it's going to be like, hey, we have added a new room to your floor plans, to your drafting pool for the day or something, right? So, ooh, is that that's a magnifying glass. I will take this. If you're just going to give me a magnifying glass, I accept. Yes, please. So, all right, we're gonna take a look at this. Books, book dates, book checkout dates, book checkout dates. So we are looking at a didn't mean to hit that. Sightseer's Guide to Redington. Written by Sir Andrew Darley. And for dates, we have Jan 482. And that's Anne Babbage. We have Nov 1887. And that's Lord Evanson. We have Apper 2592. Excuse me. And that is M. Lowry, who we don't know who they are specifically, but Lowry is the one who had the rules for the parlor game in that letter. And then me. Okay. Sure. Introduction. I might. Ooh. Okay. I am definitely going to like photograph this stuff and save it. I will probably just come back and do that for the VODs, and I'll probably do that for the other books we read also, just because increasingly this stuff seems like, you know, there's going to be clues and things hidden in here. But let's go through it all right now. The third largest city in Fen Aries and site of its former capital. That's interesting to know. Hang on. I have like a regional history something section. So far, it's basically just like the old realms and like the sigil stuff. So let's do Redington. Because this seems important. Third largest city in Fen Aries. Site of former capital. Redington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Redington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar rewards visitors who wish to explore further. Redington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. The botanical gardens. How botanical? Redington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser, the Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Igeran canopy house and mausoleum. Seems like a weird combination, but okay. Its petal-covered trails and a mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Redington's busy season. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Redington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. So, I want to... I am specifically going to just take a picture of the holly here in the corner. Right? Mount Holly is the name of our manor. The holly motif is everywhere. We've seen sketches and drawings of this. A specimen of holly unique to the Reddington's mountains. This seems significant because it's just kind of everywhere. Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson. Okay. Has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. Ooh, okay. So they're nobility, perhaps even like royalty from one of the original realms. We have, if I go to the sigils, Iraya, that was the purple one. Do you have any like... Okay. I was hoping there would just be like a sigil or something on there, but that's okay. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son Lionel Epson left the estate, never to return. However, the daughter stayed. Yeah. My grandmother, Lady Clara, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, do we hang on? When was the ballroom dance? I didn't take a picture. I did a before I started this. I did a much better job of like organizing my notes, but I still have not like fully consolidated them from the old system. Miscellaneous notes. People, levers, dates. Oh. Crap, it's just going to be floating around here somewhere. I am lying when I say it's good. Hey, ballroom photo. It just said 1952, Clara and Simon in Eclipse Ball, 1952. So I wonder if that ball was right around when they got married. That seems like an important date. Oh, it would have been the year after. Okay. I'm going to write down... let's do library, Reddington guidebook, blank, 1951. Clara and Simon married. Whoops. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic house museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It is believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Aries. Okay, Orinda Aries is now clarified as the name of... Go back to the sigils. So Orindia is maybe like the whole continent or the whole planet or something. So Orinda... So it was built by the first king of Orinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. So that might be the blue with that like rectangle that has like a little boop on top and the same like boop on the bottom. That might be Orinda Aries. like the name of that realm. That seems to be the case. Okay, okay, okay. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Ares' premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the Hundred Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Mount Hawley. Yeah. An elevation of 11,220 feet. Mount Hawley is the tallest mountain in Redington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Hawley Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Redington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Hawley. That's me. That's where we're at. Nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle, this 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Redington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Hawley schoolhouse in '66. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Redington's central railway station in a time when the realm's trains were still in service. So this is telling me that Redington, Fen Ares, trains are an indicator on the rays of sigils, so we can probably identify what this realm was originally based on like some of these context clues, like that they had trains, which is specifically one of the things called out in that book, the sigil book. Now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Redington. This is very good. I like this. Maps are always great. I am 10,000% just going to screenshot this map right now. Stick you in the notes. But now I want to... What? I didn't mean to click on that. Now we got to see what these are. So, Angel Tower, huh? Huh. So that's the Ares, or Arias River? Burrows End, 100 Bells. So this is the lake. There's Mount Perma, Featherfall Keep, second largest mountain range, second largest mountain. Botanical Gardens are down here. Mainway Station Bazaar. Dast Redington. Mount Hawley. Tanner Fork, I think that says. So then the keep would be down here, like on the other side of the mountain, I think. Which means that this would be north? Hikers can appreciate it from the north-facing overlooks. So it would be to the north. Okay. Okay, so south is at the top of this map for some reason. This seems like it's going to be important for something, right? Okay. My top 3 checked items: burning glass, sledgehammer. Yep. Yeah. So Arinda Ares. Okay, so that is literally just the name of that realm. Okay, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So this is gonna be Fen Ares, the Grand Realm of Fen Ares. Yeah, and they have the pentagram. They have the pentagram. We know that the pentagram's associated with red, right, from the sigil book. I'm just gonna say yes. We know that, and that's Morajai, the White Sea of Yor. You do not have the core from one of the realms that we know of. You don't have anything that looks like a core at all. You know, this has like the chonked up pentagram. Uh, that's got, I don't know what you call that. The rectangle with the little bits added in. You don't really have anything like that. Okay. Yeah, there's the holly again. And there's my embarrassing lack of making progress through the different school grades. Okay, 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 okay. Very interesting. Things are getting a little spicy if I push forward from you, so I think I want to continue from the foundation instead. And then, like, at this point, let's just go solve that chess puzzle first. That being said, we could also get our free meal from the dining room, but let's, you know what? I'm gonna see what the room is. Let's dig here. It's a key. I need more of those. That's helpful. Look at the foundation giving us something helpful for once. That's pretty sweet. And we may as well just like open it, right? Let's see where it goes. The rumpus room. Oh no. I have to. I can't just not take the rumpus room. It is very rare for you to show up. Oh my gosh. We have to rumpus, right? Just looking to see if I missed any items or anything. Doesn't appear to be the case. Alright, Elzara. Let's do this. Oh, I love this. This is like one of my favorite things in the game.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man each with their own stories, each with their own secrets, each with their own endings, but all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
I don't know, I'm staring at the floor. I'm so perplexed by that one. Why did it, like, zoom in on the forest, like the rock at the bottom of the tree? The kids running around seems very schoolyard, so maybe I do just need to push and try to get to as high of a grade as we can all the way through. And then that was the chair in the drawing room, so maybe we gotta get the drawing room. Go take a closer look at that. Yo, the cloister's pretty wild. The cloister is actually phenomenal here. I think I'm gonna go back and deal with chests though. The fortune that we just got. I don't know what to do with that. I didn't step in. I didn't step in, so we don't get the meal because I didn't step in. I need to look for gold. I forgot. We triggered gold appearing in rooms. Why are the kids running around in the courtyard? What the hell does that mean? There's just like, there's so much to unpack from every one of those fortunes. Wait, I still don't know what happened with the fortune where we apparently got robbed and the gate was left open, because that doesn't seem to have happened still. Unless it did happen. So here's the other thing. I need to look at the art of our great uncle sitting in the chair and see if that is actually the chair in the drawing room. Because the chair could also be somewhere else. Like, that seems possible. I just don't know. We have to go take a look. Dang. I was hoping we combine the... I was hoping we could combine the rabbit's foot with something. And it seems like we can, just not a something that we have. I don't know. If I could, like, see some of the spare gold, I'd probably go for it, but... Yeah, I don't know. Was something taken from here already? Can I go out that gate? I don't think I can. Oh. I don't know what's going on here. I also... We have the garage, but it's not open. That's right. Oh, there's just so much. I want to go look anywhere there's like a cluster of trees. Okay, hang on. Let's go pop in here and take a look real quick. We've got to be able to like get these crates moved, right? I never wrote down this date. So this is just me getting sidetracked while we're outside. Dates. What is this? Form. That's a late foreman's log. All right. Insert a row on my table. Excavations. This is tunnels. Grounds. Tunnel. Foreman's log number 621. And the date is 6/18/1918. So this is 3 years. This is just shy of like being exactly 3 years after they started, unless they started at exactly the same time. Because the earliest we've seen is okay, sorry. We've only seen 3. That's where we started. But this is at the end. So complete manifest for all the excavation equipment. It'll all be sealed. Unclear if they're going to also seal the tunnel where we put all our stuff. A month ago, I believe that the discovery of gemstones in the cavern was directly linked to the closure of this site, but I'm not so sure. The Baron doesn't seem the type to value shiny baubles over history. So the Baron found something. It was like, well, thank you for your services. You are all done. Please pack everything up and put it away immediately. That's kind of the implication that I'm getting from that. I don't know. He didn't mention that it seemed sudden, but he's like, we thought it was just because like we found the gems and therefore like he's closing all this up. But that doesn't seem right. So that's interesting. Huh. I'm tremendously enjoying all the intrigue that's happening in this game, because there's a lot of it. there's a lot going on. I'm looking forward to when we start getting to like connect some of these weird like political threads. Okay, all right, here we go. We should have everything. So the Nook is in the bottom right. That's easy because you sound the same. Well, we know her ladyship's chamber is like right here, right? Yeah. Pawn is just gonna be trial and error. Yeah, like any of these should work. The office was like up here somewhere. Yeah, perfect. So the chapel was like, okay, and then security was somewhere like that. I don't have to remember where it was. I just gotta be close. Choose your piece to receive a permanent power? What? What the hell does that mean? Ambition of the Pawn. When you reach rank 8 each day, you may choose Knight, Bishop, Rook, or Queen. Gain the power of that piece until the end of the day. So this would be like, oh no, I'm uncertain. Give me one of the others, depending on how things are going. Add the Armory to your draft pool. The Mantle of the Knight. Gambit of the Queen. Each time you draft a room on the Queen side, the west wing of your house, lose 5 steps and gain a key. That is spooky. Banner of the King. Each day you choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting? That's wild. So we could, for example, pick like green and fish for like the greenhouse or something. The conservatory. Piety of the Bishop. You do not have to pay tithes. Instead, gain 30 coins the first time you enter the chapel each day with this power. That's nuts. That solves a lot of our money problems. I wonder if I could break you with the power sledgehammer. What do you call it? Yeah, the Piety of the Bishop. Okay. And then the Resilience of the Rook. You may draw floor plans. You may draw floor plans up to 4 times when drafting the 4 corners of your house. So we could genuinely fish for like the conservatory or something if we want. Or if we get the lab aiming at one of the corners, we could fish for like the boiler room in the corner or something. I don't know. I don't know if you can put a boiler room in the corner because it would have a door facing outward, so never mind. No, it would be drafting from the corner. No, when drafting the 4 corners. This, I feel like, needs clarification. This seems incredibly powerful in rooms that are specifically hard to get at. This seems incredibly powerful considering the chapel is, like, so freaking common. This genuinely really enables the use of a lot of shops. And it makes the chapel just like a free 3-directional room, right? It negates the bad of that red room. The Banner of the King is also like pretty wild. This is definitely a gambit. I don't know how I feel about that. And the armory, I don't know how I feel about you. I genuinely like. I wish I knew what the armory was. It would be nice if I could get more information about that. The armory. So this is like very awkward. I don't want to do this, but this is like one of those places where I'm going to kind of bend the rules a little bit. I'm genuinely going to go look up how these powers work specifically. I want to actually, the Rook one in particular, I want to know what this means. Is it when drafting from the 4 corners? That doesn't make sense. It'd be when drafting the actual corners. So I, like, other than trying specifically to get the conservatory, like, I guess we could fish for like the classrooms or something. This seems like very limited use. The bishop one seems like the best. Maybe the king. And then I'm gonna look up what the armory does. So I'll be back in a moment. I just want to know if this is a permanent upgrade and we don't get to easily change it. And that's okay. That's the other thing. Can I easily change this? I don't know. So avoiding spoilers, I'm gonna go see what I can do to learn about this real quick. Okay, I'm back from my brief little adventure on the internet. I'm trying real hard to avoid spoilers, and for the most part, the community seems to be pretty good at, you know, like hiding and blocking spoilers. There's also like, I mean, I know you do what you gotta do for clicks, and you gotta be relevant the first one out, and et cetera, and it's just how like gaming sites are these days. But like, there are so many guides on the chess puzzle that are just like, they rattle off this for each of them, and that's that. It doesn't say what this means. So best I could gather, okay, so first things first, this is not a one-time puzzle. We can solve the puzzle again and replace our power with the new one. They don't stack. We don't get to keep all of them. You only get one at a time, but that's good to know. So I feel less bad about this. Very broadly speaking, the Rook is really good for fishing for the conservatory in the corner so that you can change the rarity of your rooms. And getting some of the really good rooms, something like the Cloister, especially now that it's upgraded, like getting this to be common, like dirt common, the most common, that'd be amazing. And maybe making some of these like less common or something. I don't know. So like that's great. That's very good. Fish for this. Give me some sort of tweaks to rarity over the next several runs that will just, you know, cumulatively make all runs going forward better and better and better. So a good example would be something that I can think of would be the if we could make the boring regular tiny closet super rare, and then make like the walk-in closet common. That's kind of the sort of thing. And then what was the one that we? Oh, it was in one of the books. It's in the book on drafting tips. There was like the attic that had like 8 items in it or something, right? That's probably super rare. Making that common so that we could just get all of the items much more frequently. I'm way more tempted to draft a room that guaranteed gives 4 items or 6 items or 8 items or something, rather than like the little closet, wherever that is. This one, the little bedroom closet, that only gives 2 and sometimes maybe 4 if I meet the right criteria. But like the walk-in closet's just so much better. So like the conservatory would be amazing for that, and the rook would help us get the conservatory more. Easy. That's good. That's also not a long-term power that I'd want, right? There'd probably be a point where it's like, okay, I've hit the conservatory 5 or 6 times. That's great. I don't need the rook anymore. Bishop, same sort of thing, right? Like getting all the extra money would be amazing until I buy out like the library books and whatnot. Then it's like, do I really need the money still? I don't know. Maybe money's always important. Maybe the chapel just not costing anything is always something we're gonna want. The king just seems like hands down amazing, right? Like you can just pick a color and go for it. That seems very, very, very good. Pawn is a little spicy because you got to go all the way in, and then you get either the knight, the bishop, the rook, or the queen. So like if we push all the way in and don't have all the corners drafted, maybe we reach rank 8 and then can draft like one of the 2 rank 8 corners. So I pick the rook, or like I desperately need keys for some reason, and we could try to do like this. Doesn't seem all that useful. The flexibility is cool, but you can't pick the king, and you already drafted like most of the house probably at that point. You seem terrible. The queen also seems pretty bad. The knight, though, is another one kind of like the rook. So I could not find any specific details on what the armory does, except that it's yellow, it's a shop, and there is an item in there that has a specific limited number of uses. And it's almost certain that we want to get the knight and get that item and use it that limited number of times, and then swap off the knight. I don't know what else we could buy at the armory. I don't know. The caveat is this might be more useful after we've tweaked rarity of certain rooms with the conservatory. So I'm going to pick the knight. This puzzle was mildly annoying to solve, but it wasn't like impossible. I maybe had to get a little lucky and spend some rerolls, but like if I did it once on day 18, I can do it again on like day 30 plus if I need to or something. So I think I'm going to take the mantle of the knight. Plus, on top of anything else, oh yeah, right there. You may give up this power by returning to this chamber on any future day and unlocking the pieces again. Okay. Oh, and they're all leaving. Okay. The other thing is, like, it's just another room, and I want to visit every room. So this is the only way to get to that room. So I'm on board. I do want to glance in here super quick. Okay, it is still the stairs up and everything. This just gets us access to, like, the crypt stuff. There's not anything particularly interesting that we could do in there, I don't think. So, I was just curious. I wanted to see if the stairs were still down, or if there's some secret under there or something. So, good to know. Okay, back to, like, our actual day. Back to what we're actually doing. I have a chess piece on here somewhere? I don't. Where's my Mantle of the Rook? Oh, it's right there. Haha, Mantle of the Night. Hell yeah. That's cool. I love all the stuff that gets just tacked on as we go here. That's very, very cool. Okay. You still don't look disturbed. There's money floating around. Is it worth poking around in all these rooms to get money? I don't think so. We have 18 bucks. The commissary had like gems for sale. Probably like salt or something. Eh. I like a lot of the permanent upgrades. I think that's very neat. That's a cool thing that we keep getting in this game. All right. Well, that is like actually one of my larger goals accomplished. Right? One of the things that I'd specifically set out to do. It would be nice to like specifically try to get into the antechamber. I guess I'm probably gonna try to draft off the library instead of from the cloister for this spot. Just for like a rarer room. Do we want to go eat from the kitchen? We could. Do I care about saving my money? Not really, but maybe. Do I care about the footsteps? I don't think so. Maybe 15 extra steps for the cost of 10 gold because we go through the chapel twice. Let's hold on to the money because if we get the bookstore or something off the library, which I know is remarkably unlike, I could maybe fish for it. There were like 2 8-cost books. Hang on, I wrote down the prices of things here. There were 2 8-cost books. There was a 20-cost book. We could buy the 20-cost book. I didn't write down which cost which amount. Only just what they were. Yeah, there's a little bit of cash there. You know what? Let's gamble. Let's grab some cash. We'll go off the library. We'll be able to come back. We'll get the meal. Yeah, I like this. Right, forgot about keys. Well, well, well. The Great Hall is interesting. I don't have a lot of keys. That's spooky. If we had keys to the lockpick, in theory, we could get to one of the levers, open a way into the antechamber. That's very, very tempting to do. It would be the... It would open the one on the right, wouldn't it? I think it would be the east. I've written down where the levers are, the 2 that we've encountered so far. I have not written down whether they're like which door they correspond to. We've only opened one. That's so spooky. Hey, big guy, what you doing? And then the annoying thing is like the door that comes in would be open that connects to the cloister, but then there'd be like the door in the actual hall would still be locked. I'm gonna reroll. A major key and a minor key. The freezer is also fascinating. Ugh, game, why do you do this to me? Okay, the freezer is too good to pass up. It freezes our stuff immediately. Oh, I thought we could maybe go make use of it. Crap. Alright, well, we've triggered dinner. There has to be a way to... Oh, there's a chess piece right there. Freezer has probably a white pawn. There has to be a way to get at all the frozen stuff, right? Crap. That's annoying. Okay, well, I misplayed that slightly, but that's okay. Dinner is now served. Nom 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 nom. That looks so tasty. I would love to go eat a country stew pie right now. Oh, how do I get to those? How do I get to the dirt piles? So it says something about like a seemingly accessory something. All right. A covered walk and colonnade surrounding an enclosed and seemingly inaccessible garden. A seemingly inaccessible garden. How do I access that? Statue of Mila, the paragon of service, has been emplaced here in a strategic effort to boost staff morale. I love that. Okay. Let's go sideways first, I guess. It is funny that we get the bedroom benefit right here. The maids have purposefully left this room untidy. What the hell is that? An aerosol can of repellent. Press X in any room in the house to use. Starting tomorrow, that floor plan will be removed from the house and the draft pool for 1 week. What? Give me like the furnace room or something then. Can we combine that with something? Probably not. But maybe. I need to know. I need to know if you're locked. You are both locked. I don't think we're getting into the antechamber. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. We could like use the repellent in the garage, maybe? Just get rid of a dead end? I kind of want to get the garage and open it at some point and go out and see if there's like a digging spot under one of the trees or something. But this is very interesting to me. Checking like the telescope or something would also be kind of neat. But then we'd have to like specifically try to get the observatory. I. It is just on a whim that we encountered this that I am. You don't do anything though. If I hadn't like got these two rooms back to back. Oh, did the code check have a painting? That's the last one that we're missing. No, it's not. The one up here to the left of the antechamber's the last one we're missing. This is wild. What are you? A prism key. If you unlock a door with the prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or a shop, you'll draw floor plans of that same color. That's very, very neat. We've had this once before, I think. I don't think I used it. Thaw only in the event of my death. What is this? Oh, it's Green Heart. Like that's one of the sigils. So you're one of the other original realms. Possibly. But you don't have like a name. So it's the snowy one up north, perhaps? Why are they green? Because it's supposed to be purple? Question mark? Oh. Hold. One moment, please. Classroom puzzles. First grade. Color worksheet. Oh, man. I need to go look at the other colors. Nope, because Benny got a 10 out of 12. Each color is only used twice. He had 3 blues and 3 reds, so like... And he only had 1 yellow and 1 green. I was wondering if there was a possibility that the flag could be green, but we also checked a bunch of other work papers, and verified this. So why is it green in the stamp? Don't know. Simon, I had wished for you to read this letter upon first arriving at Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into unsympathetic hands. My personal freezer should provide quite the safe box, as all the staff have, for many years, respected my wishes that it remain shut and untampered. My favorite snacks were also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also, for the last 20 years, stored many a cryptic message and ciphered note. This nondescript cooler is, in fact, a dubious frozen postbox of chilled secrets. Oh, this might be the children. I wonder, there's children laughing out there and an old man. I wonder if the children laughing is not actual children, but if it's the children of Blackwater. Have you heard of the Children of Blackwater? I have no idea how forthcoming your father has been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in that end. I have always denied involvement to him, to the detectives, to the Crown, and now to you as well. But can I honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance? And yes, I speak of disappearance, not death, for I, too, cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded and have occasionally, from time to time, caught fragments of information that bolster this belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty, for our country is never short of opportunists and blackmailers. Still, as I am now dead, I don't want this knowledge to be buried with me, even if that means passing the burden of these fragments on to you, even if that information may weigh even heavier on your head than the crown involved. Yeah. This is the ruby crown or whatever that was stolen, and then a couple of the rubies have just kind of shown up, according to the time lock safe. So, been sold on the black market or whatever. Wait, what? Wait, hang on. What? Unfortunately, this information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to this freezer, as I'm not too confident that the sanctity of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I've always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating eggs, a lesson that I recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. This is the guy that was reading his mail. Okay. Okay. I have placed 8 red envelopes in 8 even more secure locations throughout the estate, and left a hidden message for you among the art that hangs in almost every room in this house. This message is the key to unlocking these secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation, as the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean that the hidden message amongst the art that hangs in almost every corner, in almost every room in this house? This message is the key for unlocking these secrets, but you must be open to interpretation. The message itself harbors multiple... so not the art, the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. So there's other ways to interpret whatever this message is. We're missing only one letter. One final word of guidance. The safe combinations you are seeking will not be found in writing on the estate. So I hope you haven't been wasting too much time jotting down random invoice numbers and dates. Only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44-character message can you hope to unlock its many mysteries. To each their own letters, Herbert S. Sinclair. If we count small gates, comma, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Okay. So the two things that jump out at me, right? There's sort of the original intent of... But what's with the gates? If we count small gates, so I need to figure out how many small gates there are and count them. But what does that have to do with the 8 dates? That's one of the 8 dates. What was the date on that? 11/28? I wonder if that's from when they got married. We don't know who it was. I'm assuming it would be my grandmother and grandfather, Simon Sinclair and Claire Epson. Well, what the hell are you? What? I have screenshotted it. New page, freezer, paste. Is this the same? This one is exactly the same. The network servers are finally out of cold storage. Or at least as many as we could fit into the surrounding walls of the grotto off of the East Drive. We have not accessed the grotto. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening. Oh. One moment. People, house staff, Denny Ravain. So I had like mailroom question mark because I don't know what his profession was, but he was a gardener. Is he the one who lived in the hovel? Hang on, I have photos from the hovel. Oh. So he has the like 9x5 grid of the house. At the top he's written antechamber sealed. At the bottom he's written 2 starting rooms. On the left side he's written down 2 wings. At the top it says 45 rooms, and on the right it says 9 ranks. So then he has written down 45 to 9 2, right? 45 rooms, 2 starting rooms, 9 ranks, 2 wings, something akin to that. They're colored. It's circled. He wrote coincidence. So that seems like that particular number 45292 is relevant for something. And now I'm suspecting that might be Denny Ravain. So let me go back to my people tab. House staff, Denny Ravain, gardener, parentheses, hovel, question mark. I know there was like more notes and stuff in the hovel for whoever was living there, so I kind of want to get back to that, but that's something. Okay. And because Denny Ravain is the guy who got fired for reading the Baron's mail, we think. We also know that Denny was involved in the moonshine smuggling with Christoph, the chauffeur. And also, Denny was like, hey, Christoph, can you, like, delay the next trip with the Baron that you take and, like, not come back for several hours no matter what he says? Christoph apparently did that, so he might have gone to, like, test stuff in the house or fiddle with things or steal the mail or who knows. Who knows? So so this is maybe the guy who was betraying the Baron's trust. He was just talking about that last letter. But he might not be the only one. Who knows? The network servers are finally out of cold storage, or at least as many as we could fit into the surrounding walls of the grotto off East Drive. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening to help Randolph install the network. It was, after all, the least he could do, since it was I who suggested the final location. We decided that we were going to store the 2 unused servers here in Mount Holly's freezer. They should serve as readily accessible replacements should any of the primary consoles fail. Denny Ravain, admin key, Reva D. So like REVA from his last name and then D. Like that seems plausible. I don't think that's like LD. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Capital R, capital D. We taken this photo. So these are spare servers. So I wonder if... So he said that they're grotto off of East Drive. So we got to be able to get access to the East Drive. Presumably we're going to get stolen from at some point, and then the gate will be left open, because that's what our fortune teller man said. I'm sad that these gems don't do anything for me, but sure, I'll take them. Yes, I am that greedy. Can't thaw the pawn. This dumb little like magnifying glass thing, the heater, has been so unbelievably useful for just like all manner of puzzles. We got another key also, so we can go open that door and get another bedroom. We could force it to be a purple. Ooh. Hang on. Shoot. What was talking about the wings? I just saw a screenshot for that. The conservatory. West wing only. Garage, west wing hall, her ladyship's chamber from south facing doors. East wing only. East wing hall, master bedroom. So we could maybe go try to fish for the master bedroom. Using the prism key. This is a lot. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I forgot that we had the upgrade. I've already upgraded you? What? We can upgrade you again. Servant spare quarters. +1 key for each bedroom in your house. This is usually one of the first couple of rooms that we draft. So a key for each bedroom in the house doesn't seem like it's going to do much. Her ladyship spare room. The next time you enter the boudoir game, like that seems amazing. That all seems very good. Spare master bedroom doesn't seem like that's super useful for us. Again, this is like one of the first rooms that I tend to draft. Her ladyship spare room seems amazing. Because that just makes the walk-in closet in the boudoir like very, very good. That is the obvious winner here. Okay. We got that taken care of. Okay. So we're gonna have to enter that password at the actual servers when we get access to the grotto. That's fine. I wonder if we need to go over there and like fix something, and that'll fix our ability to like upload data, whatever the hell that means. Data transfers from Cinca, not currently available. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we should put something in the coat check, right? Do I want to just keep putting the burning glass in the coat check? Storing, like, the lucky rabbit's foot might not be a bad idea. Just make her run slightly better. I think storing, like, a combined item is probably the way to go, though. I continue believing in that strategy. I don't know how much more use we're going to get out of the burning glass. So I think we're increasingly approaching the point where I would be okay storing something else, but we would have to have that something else first, and I sure don't right now. I want to figure out how to get to the middle. There's got to be some silly trick to this. Okay, let's store something in the coat check, and then we'll go into the other room. I can't believe that we got the code check right after getting the freezer. If we didn't get those back to back, there's no way in hell I would ever think to do this. What a shiny key. It got all purple. Bunk room, maid's chamber, nursery. Oh, we have nowhere else to go. We have nothing else to do. We could just get the servants' quarters and be done with it. It's a room that I haven't drafted yet. We know there's stuff to read in there. I can't because I don't have any. We can't get into the master bedroom either, I bet. This was all folly. Oh well. Staff notice, etc. Yeah, we already know about all that. create and crate. We know that. Statue of Mila. We know that. This is all the people. I don't know who any of you are. So what, 2 maids? That might be Mrs. Babbage? Or she might be like the teacher lady? I don't know. I don't know who any of you are. Is there anything else I want to do? I think we're basically done. And we have the steps, so we can zoop back and check things out as we go. We still need the... We have the steps for me as well. We still need the key, right? There's just nothing else we can do down here. Yeah. I'm wondering if we could, like, smash this rock or something with the super hammer. I have loosely been keeping the big hammer in the back of my mind, but I sure have not seen anything that seems like it fits the bill. I haven't been, like, aggressively, like, examining every wall, but nothing has jumped out at me. Parlor, office, library, freezer. No, we're done with everything that way. Garage doesn't have power. We don't have car keys. We're done with that. The morning room was very cool. I like that room. Nothing else to do there. Nothing there. I'm excited for her ladyship's spare chamber. That's gonna be cool. Can't spend any money in the chapel. Oh, you even have a bunch of money too. Of course you do. I wanted to take a look. So that's her room, the guest bedroom for 10, the bunk room. We've seen all these. The servants' quarters. Still do want to get in there. Master bedroom plus 1 footstep for each room in your house. Okay. This at the end has been bugging me. Because this is how the levers around the antechamber are represented, right? It's like this, but with like a dot here, right? It's obviously not like a room or anything. But then like one of them is filled in, and that's the door that's opened by that lever. Also, you know, it's rotated. It's a square, not a diamond, but... So I'm wondering if there's some additional... I wonder if, like... Probably, like, the tomb, but I feel like the tomb's overused. Maybe, like, the shelter. I wonder if, like, one of the room changes if we flip a lever. Because otherwise I can't think of any reason for that silly little drawing at the end of her diary. Alright, all the way forward. Can't do anything with a repellent. Yeah. You're still appearing to be undisturbed. Storeroom, etc. Oh, I have the trading post. Ooh, maybe we can trade and combine something. Yeah. We'll try that in a minute. I want to see if... You're still not open, so I still need to, like, trigger you getting open so that we can go out there. We got to be able to get... whatever it was called, the cloister or something. See, and there was a rock like this that was, like, under one of these trees that was zoomed in on when we got our fortune told. But it's got to be, like, in the far west. Like, it's not just going to be out here where we could already have gone over everything and tried to click on all the rocks and stuff, right? My guess would be that it's either out to the east where we have not been able to go yet, or out to the west, like through the garage door. And that could just be a red herring, but I don't know, man. It's from the fortune teller. Could it be down there? I don't think it's down there. It was taller trees. It looked and felt a lot more like foresty. Which is why I think it might be over there. Could also have just been like under one of these. I don't know. Not getting anything that's seeming super duper familiar from any of these. And who knows, maybe it's like you gotta break the rock with the power hammer or something instead of like using the shovel. Okay, can we combine or trade anything? Oh, we get the car keys. Compass. Maybe like the compass and the rabbit's foot? Vault key. Silver key. Secret garden key. I'm tempted to go for the compass. We could also... I mean, I know I'm running out of footsteps. We could go use the car keys and see if there's like an item in the trunk or something. Maybe I could combine. I don't know, man. I was hoping for like broken lever and battery pack again, but that's okay. I don't know if I'm even gonna make use of those, but let's do this. Compass and rabbit's foot. I want to see if we can combine those. Oh, and the repellent. For a prism key. That's wild. Are there any rooms that I would like to banish from showing up for a week? Kind of the garage? It was also kind of like very good for us in this run. We could do something common like the nook or the storeroom. Just get it out of our drafting pool. That, like, it seems like it's just a good thing to do. Could have done the maid's chamber. That might, though, the maid's chamber might have been the winner. I didn't even think of that. I forgot that I had this stupid item. Alright, well, we got 20 steps and we have no money to spend. Our assets have been frozen. We do have the running shoes, so it's going to be a question of how far can we get. Yeah, we should be able to get to the garage. I don't think we're going to get back. We can go... Did I trade in the magnifying glass? No, so we can at least, like, reread that letter that's in there. That's unfortunate. Like, what do you combine the rabbit's foot with? I genuinely just... I have no idea. Crap, I went the wrong way. Oh well. $11. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could either go to the garage or banish the maid's chamber, or we gamble and hope that we get a foot trigger from the shoes. If we get a trigger from the shoes, we can make it all the way. We got a foot trigger. The shoes triggered. There's the frickin' lockpick. Oh, I was here the whole time. With the smuggled booze. It's just the way it is. 14227 Sandy Heights. South edge of Trinsdale, which is the lake. I've seen Sinclair's schedule. Don't think he'll be requesting the car today. Ooh, tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has the payment ready, so someone else was involved. Oh. Oh, okay. Someone else, there was another person involved in all this. That's interesting. I had just assumed that Denny was the one who wrote that. I didn't realize that there was another person involved. Did we just banish the garage? I do, like, actually kind of want to go out one more time. At least one more time. Let's go banish the maid's chamber for a while. It just has an annoying effect. Cool, we even got an additional running shoe trigger. So that's very nice. Hell yeah. Get out of here, maid's chamber. A quick check to see if there's anything that could possibly be important before, you know, we don't get to see the room for a week. I don't think so. I think we've seen everything there is to see here. Okay. Man, all these videos are just getting longer and longer and longer as we go, but that's just like the way it is. Quick, let me pass out in the cloister. Call it a day. Okay. Cool. No Freezer-related pun intended there. And so starting tomorrow, we have the Mantle of the Night. Hey, Mount Holly, stately bed and breakfast. Because we got bacon and eggs. Mount Holly B&B on the sign. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's very cool. And we got the morning room. That was a brand new room. We got the freezer letter. That was unexpected. Man, I need to start fishing. Oh, man, I'm kind of wishing I'd taken the rook, the power of the rook. That's okay. I kind of want to push at the corners and have rerolls and try to get the conservatory again. Because I feel like that's going to be very important for like long-term stuff, right? Like we need to make some of these rarer rooms more common, like the boiler room, so that we can solve some of these freaking puzzles that are sort of outstanding here. But that's, you know, that's a very long-term goal. So I'm happy with this. This is a good day. We got a lot done. I had to do a lot of reading. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, may the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.